every dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hey, you guys. Welcome to MVP Speaks Radio, live on Hot 702.5 FM. We definitely appreciate your patience while we were having some connectivity situations to do with, but I think we're here now. I think we're live in the studio. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining me. So we're just going to get right on into it. I'm going to bring my guest on, Brian LAMONT. We're going to get more into all of his goodness and what he has to offer the world. But you know how we like to start off. You know, we like to start off with the messages. Let me see, Brian.
Yes,
I'm going to add you to the stream. How are you? Can you hear yourself?
I hear everything.
All right. We got Brian LAMONT, Diamond VIP Extraordinaire. That's the name I gave him, but we'll figure it out. But you know, we like to start off with our Be Inspired inspirational messages. And as always, that's what we're going to do. No matter the time delay, everything is going to go as scheduled and as planned.
Oh, it's all good.
Thank you so much for being here, by the way.
Oh, no problem.
I'm happy to have you.
I'm glad to be here.
Yes, let's get some messages out. So usually how it works, we just take turns pulling messages.
Okay, cool.
And we'll talk about it. You're my guest, so you can go first.
Ooh, I get to go first.
You get to go first.
Oh,
pull,
look at here. Let me
pull.
I don't want to just, I'm going to do it innocently. Let's just see what, okay.
What'd you get?
The world is my mirror. I see my self-reflection.
Yes.
Nice.
How you like that one?
I love it because I always tell people to take a look in the mirror because the mirror never lies to you.
Okay. The mirror never lies, you guys.
It
What
tells
do you
nothing but
see?
truth.
Let's see. My first one says it's in the whispers.
Nice.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones.
So what does that mean to you?
And that's funny because when people usually get this, they ask me like, what does that mean? And when it was written to remind us to be still. Because if someone's whispering, you have to listen. You have to be still to hear the whispers. And a lot of times we're looking for like big grandiose answers and big loud signs, when if we just be still, that whisper can speak to us in monumental ways. It is.
No, that's powerful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that's what that means to me.
See, I'll give you all the health benefits of that. You can go to published medical reports. You know, you get your meditation time, and it actually heals your body.
Yes. Oh, we'll talk about that too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to New York. Karma chiming in.
Loving myself feels good.
Yes. I love that smile that put on your face.
Yeah. I used to be guilty of not loving myself.
Yes.
I did. I was, honestly, what that means to me, I was 280 pounds back in 2010.
Okay.
And I'm sitting at about 196 because I just love what I put in my body. I watch what I put in my body. So
Yes, I love that. And now you feel good.
I feel better than I did.
You've been loving yourself.
I feel better than I did in 2010. That's for sure.
Yes, I love it. Awesome. The power of my mind is incredible.
Nice.
We was just talking about that before the show.
All day.
About everything comes from our mind. Like, we got to get our mind right so we can.
If you don't feel like a millionaire, you never will be one.
Ooh.
It's really that simple.
What does a millionaire feel like, you guys? Chime in. I want you to leave a comment if you're listening, or you can call in 702-551-5261. I'm just curious. for those listening, what does it feel like to be a millionaire?
Would you like for me to tell you? 'Cause I
You want to tell us right away? This is definitely my first millionaire guest in the studio. Real life experience. What's it feel like?
It feels like freedom.
Ooh.
Freedom to become.
Freedom.
And so if I was going to write a book right now, I would call it The Power of Becoming.
Oh, man, I love that.
Yeah, becoming a better version of you.
He said that being a millionaire feels like freedom and the power to become. Just let that resonate. Okay, what you got?
I bring only the best of yesterday into today. Woo.
Tell me something good that happened yesterday.
Ooh, goodness. What happened good to me yesterday? Goodness. I mean, it's always good, isn't it?
Right? Isn't that the life?
It is. It is always good. But I'm thinking, what particular yesterday? I had a powerful day yesterday.
Okay.
I met some powerful people. I think it really comes down to how you see things. You know, I'm not an opportunist or opportunistic person. I see things as opportunities. There's a huge difference between the two. Yeah, I'm not an opportunist. I mean, I'm
like
not.
That.
But I'm an opportunistic. But I see opportunities in things. So I see open doors.
Okay.
And so when I talk to someone, I'll tell you exactly what happened to me. I saw an Uber driver who was driving a Model S Uber, and I asked him
Tesla.
Tesla. That's what it was. Model S Tesla. That's right. And I said, you know, how did you get this car? And he goes, I invested 3 years ago, and his Tesla stock paid for his Tesla car.
What? That's amazing. I have some Tesla stock too. It's
That
a
was
lot, though.
powerful.
That's
That was
dope.
powerful. And I told him, I said, dude, that's powerful. He said, I went through some issues. He needed to be healed, his body, and he was only 34 years old. So I told him, I said, man, that's genius. Do a video for me, please.
Yeah.
So I can tell people, show them it's real.
Wow, it is real. And just real quick, because, you know, you guys may know I got a new car, and I have been without a car for literally since I've been in Las Vegas for the last 4 years. And it was interesting how I got the vehicle when I got it, because I was not on that particular day thinking, oh, I'm going to go get a new car today. What in fact happened was a few weeks ago, I applied for some funding for a car and I got denied. And I was so hurt inside, and I felt like, oh, I set myself up for disappointment. Like, I don't even know why I tried. I was like, I took myself down this whole crazy path. Anyways, I got myself back up, and I was like, whatever, I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to come when it comes. And so I go to therapy, and my therapist was telling me, she was like, I want you to write the word focus, because I was telling her that I didn't, you know, I need to probably focus a little more on some specific things. She was like, write the word focus and hang it up on your wall. And I have so that was one thing I did. I have this pile of change on my dresser. And for a while, I'm thinking, this is my issue with getting a car, not having a down payment. Everyone's like, oh, we need you to have a down payment. We need you to have a co-signer. True. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't got that down payment, whatever. So I started adding change to this pile every day. And I kept saying, this from a new car, this from a new car, this from a new car. And I wasn't thinking nothing about it. So I had got pre-approved through Capital One. That's my credit card company. And then all these people start calling me, come on in, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm out in front of Walmart on this Monday. And usually I work at the Africa Love Store Monday and Tuesday, but I had off these days for whatever reason. And when I had off on that Monday, I said, well, something's good's going to happen, because usually when I don't work, something comes to me. So anyways, I end up going to the dealership. The guy calls me. He's like, come on down. Let's see what we can do. I was like, look, bro, I'm going to tell you, I don't have any down payment. I don't have no co-signers. I can barely prove my income. Right. And when I was speaking about a car to the universe, I was like, I just want them to know what I got for real and just let me get a car. Like, I don't want to fake anything or have all this extra stuff.
That's right.
Just, this is me. Like, you going to mess with me or not? And so I went to the dealership, and I'm not going to lie. When I was on my way, I was feeling emotional. Like, man, I'm not going to get set up. But I just kept talking and like, no, anything is possible. Don't feel that way. Just you taking the steps. This is what I'm saying to myself. And so I go to the dealership. Next thing you know, they're like, oh, yeah, don't trip. No money down. I didn't even have to prove my income. Wow. It was just like miraculous. And my payments even reasonable, so it was lower than what I told them. Everything worked out so beautiful, and I ended up getting a Ford Focus, which I thought was interesting because of the fact that I had wrote that Focus on the paper. And so you guys, that was my new car story. I had to share it because It's amazing.
Now, MVP, you do realize I came out of the car business.
Yes. Oh, you came out. Yes, you did. I remember you telling me
I won
that.
a national award in the car business 2008.
Oh, that's right.
I actually was a finance manager.
Okay, so you know what a miracle this is.
I do. I do. And I tell
Thank
people
you.
that optimism is everything. 'Cause
Yes.
it's funny that, well, we'll get into it, but even for my clients, when I had optimism, I got more deals done.
Yeah, I believe
I'm
that.
dead serious.
Yeah,
And sometimes it was coaching them into believing, because it might take a day or two.
it might. It really might, because I was like shocked and I was happy. Like, I'm still happy. Like, every day I'm like, oh, I got a new car. Like, it feels good. So I share my story too to inspire you guys. Like, not just about a car, but about anything that you have in life.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. And also, what I realized about myself was the more I was feeling too angst about it, like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get it, or just the energy within myself wasn't cohesive with what I want. I wasn't feeling like I had a car.
You see, that negative energy is not you, though.
It's not.
So you weren't being authentic.
Ooh.
But when you desired to become authentic, what happened?
Oh, that's amazing. The
Then
negative
then it
energy
came
is not
to
you.
Then the
Right.
positive came to you.
Yes. Oh, that's
because
deep.
that's you.
That's our true nature.
There you go.
Aw.
There you go.
So I love that. Anyways, I want to share that. Let's read a few more messages and then we're going to get onto the interview. What was, I am exactly where I need to be.
There it is.
Every day, every Thursday,
There it is.
5 p.m. at Hot 702.5.
I celebrate my breath.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Take 3 deep breaths.
Ooh.
What that says to me is moment to moment. Be present in the moment.
Ashe. That's really it. Be present in the moment. My dreams need me to succeed. All I have to do is believe.
That's real.
That is so real.
That is real.
That's why I got my car, because I believed. I didn't give up.
Let me tell you, you focused on the dream. You didn't focus on the obstacle.
Yes. Ashe. We preaching.
Putting myself first is okay and necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. I used to have that problem, and I hope some of you don't have this problem. But if you do, please go look in the mirror, write this down, and stop this.
Okay.
You are important.
Yes.
You are necessary.
Yes.
You are vital to the moment. You weren't just created for no reason.
Yes. You guys hear that?
But I used to not think like that.
Man. I think a lot of us not think like have had that experience. I think also it's just part of our journey, like to our true self, to our divine self. Like, we have to have the feelings of like we're not nothing or no self-worth or something, and then once as we evolve and we look back, I see I am valuable. I see. Shout out to everybody, because we are all valuable. I always say we're the ones, they say, oh, you made it, you're the sperm that made it to the egg. Like, we all came a long way.
That's true.
That's so
a
true.
heck of a fight.
It is.
So you are meant to be here.
You are meant to be here. And something else I learned, or I read and I agreed with, was that not that we made it, but we were chosen.
Exactly.
Like, we were chosen by the egg. We think we beat the egg chose us. So
that's true.
We're the real ones out here on the planet.
Now you gave me some perspective. I'm going to talk to some folks about that.
Yeah, talk about that. Okay, what you got?
Oh, I am amazing.
Heck yeah.
And I like the fact that the am is, it's capital letters, y'all. This capital letters. I am.
You am
Fill
somebody.
In the blanks. Fill in the blanks.
Yes, amazing. Mine says happiness loves you.
Love it.
Happiness loves you.
Ooh. I used to not be happy enough, y'all. I'm just trying to tell you. Get happy first. Get happy first.
Yeah, get happy.
The world is your stage. Come from behind the curtain. Ooh,
okay.
Sure. That's burning. That's real.
That is real.
That's real. Listen, I say it a different way. I say step 100% into who you are called and purposed to be.
Yes.
And 0, nothing that you are not called and purposed to be.
100%.
Step away from that garbage and into the you, the now.
Step into the you. I like that. How do you find you? Somebody used to be like, where am I? Where am I? Where's my true self? Love is the answer. Love is the answer. And you guys know I'm all about the love.
It's huge.
And sometimes, it's easy to love someone or a situation that's lovable.
That's correct.
But the real test comes when you're faced with a situation that's not so lovable, if you can still display the love.
Ouch.
I kind of failed at that earlier today. Somebody pushed my buttons a little bit, and I got a little bit pushed back, and I was like, okay, so we doing this. But it's okay, we're human.
That's right.
But it's also important to recognize and remember that, we always have a choice. Somebody can push your buttons, but it doesn't mean that you have to feed that energy.
You just said it right. You have a choice.
You have a choice.
Which means that you're in control of your choice.
You're in control. Heck yeah, and I was not.
It's okay, we all get there.
Y'all did not see that part of MVP.
Look, you should have saw me in the morning in traffic. Somebody blew the horn. I was like, you're testing me right now.
Right. And I realize that. And a lot of times I'll be like, oh, this is the test of the patience. Like,
absolutely.
Okay. And you can say you pass or you fail, but really it's just about growing and elevating. Yeah. And simply being aware is 10 times more than a lot of people. Because a lot of times we're not even aware that people are pushing our buttons. We're just feeding the energy, and we don't have no accountability for it. Mm-hmm. But to be aware, I'm happy that I'm aware, and I'm human. So, if you bite me, I'm going to bite you back. Don't trip. You are loved and supported.
That's crazy. That's the same one I had in my head. That is the same one I love it. Head.
You guys, so on my show, when we have messages that come out the same, it's called twinsies.
That's a twinsy for sure.
That's definitely a twinsy.
She sat and read it. I go, nah, that can't be the same.
It can't be the same.
It's online. Get out of here.
I love it.
You know what that says, though? That's a sign.
Yes.
Somebody out there, don't trip.
Yeah, don't trip.
You loved.
Mm-hmm. And supported.
Lead with that love, though.
Yes.
Show.
Lead with the love.
That's a powerful thing.
And it is. And, yeah, that's period. You are loved and supported.
That's right.
And I feel like a lot of times we have to remind ourselves that, especially if we're having a rough time. Like, I'm loved, I'm supported. Don't trip. Don't trip.
All right. I got one in my hand, and I got to say it. It says laughter heals.
Yes.
And I can tell you what that speaks to me. My dad had cancer, and I found out that unlike antioxidants can get us there, meditation can get us there. Mm-hmm. But laughter can also get us there. It can heal the actual body.
Yes.
And when I heard that, and it was a comedian, and I was doing some work with Second City, I was like, oh my God, I got to get my daddy to laugh.
Yes.
That's what that speaks to me, folks. So don't forget to laugh. Have some fun.
I definitely like feel that and relate to that. That's one of the reasons I love to do comedy, because of the laughter. Because I know, like, laughter and joy to me, I feel like it's the highest emotion. Like if you're laughing, you're literally like in the
you
freaking
feel euphoric.
Yeah, you're in the euphoric state.
Yeah.
And so it does heal. And so I encourage you guys, if you have any kind of healing that you're going through, watch some comedies. Do things that make you laugh. Find the joy, because that's truly healing.
But haven't you found when you binge watch some comedies, you're transported? You're transported in time. You're transported in memories.
Yes.
Your joys, happiness, because we all relate to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
we do.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. I'm happy you got that. Okay, let's pick one more, and then we're going to move on.
Okay.
I got Just Be. B-E-E, because I'm be inspired. Just be, you guys.
Boom. Ooh, I love this one. Oh, that's so sweet. I give the best hugs.
Oh.
Hug yourself.
Hug yourself. Everybody give yourself a hug if you're listening, because self-love is the best love.
Folks, it's real.
It's real.
That's how we know we're here, is by hugs. And there's so many different types of hugs we can give.
Yes, there are. Yeah, and sometimes, for myself, there's times when I feel like a lonely or like, oh, I don't have somebody. But you always got you. And my mama always used to say, no matter where you go, there you are.
That's right.
So you always got you to give yourself a hug to. So
I love it.
Remember that. So thanks, you guys, for chiming in with the Be Inspired inspirational messages. If you guys have your own, make sure you guys are reading them. Don't just leave your jar on the shelf. You got to read them every day, because they're going to help you out. Now, we got a little bit late start today, so I'm going to just switch my little agenda around real quick, and I'm going to do my announcements and my pull-ups, don't pull-outs, and then we're going to get into the interview.
Okay.
That way we can just sail right on through to the end. So, you guys, I want to first shout out to my brother, DJ The Prince. He's on Instagram. He is an artist that is in Los Angeles right now, and he has the opportunity to perform at the BET Award Weekend Showcase.
Go ahead now.
Yes, it's pretty awesome. I'm very proud of him. He's a phenomenal artist. He's won the Spit Your Truth competition plenty of times. He's an amazing father. I've been touched by his poetry as he spit. And so here's the catch. He needs 20 votes, and he only has a few more days. He only has 10 votes.
I'll send it out to my group tonight. Let's
Yes, 20 votes. The votes is $20 each.
I mean, I'm gonna spend some money. I'm good with money. Money's okay.
We gonna get you, DJ. We gonna get you on the BET Awards. Go follow his Instagram, DEEJAI, the Prince, and you can click the link right in his bio, and it'll take you to the form that you fill out if you want to vote for him. I just checked before I got on the air to see how many votes he has, and he has 10, so that means he needs 10 more. And I do believe he probably only has a few more days because he had 21 days from the first start, which was about 2 weeks ago. So we're probably like on day 14 or 15. So go support him if you can, because I just believe that it's going to bless him, and he's worthy of all his amazing desires, and shout out to him. So go do that. Also, I want to remind you, 420, you guys, next week is my 4-year anniversary.
Boom,
Booyah, being on the West Coast again. Over here at the Square Bars Comedy Night. I always do comedy on Thursday, so it fell on a Thursday, so that just only made sense. We're going to celebrate with laughter, because laughter heals. So make sure you guys pull up to that. 8 p.m. is a good time to show up. The show probably gets started about 8:30. If you want to get on the mic, you can. If you want to bring me presents, you can. You don't have to, but just bring yourself. I just want to have people around to celebrate and love. Because when I came out here, I really knew only about one person. And I have cultivated an amazing support system, an amazing group of people that I feel love me unconditionally to the best we can love each other unconditionally. Sure. And I want y'all to come hang out and have fun. So also, 421, this is the day after. At the Healing Arts Boutique, the Art of a Pisces is having a sound bowl meditation. Now, if you guys are or not familiar with sound bowls, we're all frequencies. Everything is a vibration. So she brings her 7 sound bowls, and man, that shit is fire. Bing, bing. I can't even try to imitate it, but it's very beautiful. It's very wonderful. So if you want to participate in that sound bath, I promise you, you won't regret it.
The meaning of 21 is the Exodus.
Oh, the Exodus.
So come out and get your Exodus.
Come out and get your Exodus. I like that. Also, Falcon Tours, LLC, you can follow on Instagram. We're taking a trip to the Hot Springs on April 30th. That's an all-day trip from like 9 to 3. Hot Springs. I guess it's hot and it's spring. It's going to be a fun time. So if you want to go, if you're into nature, I encourage you guys to follow Falcon Tours. We go to Red Rock and Mount Charleston. We do a lot of nature things. And if anything is healing, it's nature.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter if you can already be healed, but nature is going to just
take you to
a whole nother level. So it's not always about fixing something wrong with us, but it's about putting ourselves in that environment and that energy of who we truly are.
That's right.
We're where we came from, nature. Okay, and then also the Green Samaritan group, there's an Earth Day. Oh, I love Earth Day. We got to love Earth Day because we're on the earth.
It's real.
I love Earth Day. You got to celebrate. I try to celebrate as often as I can, like just every day when I wake up, like, ooh, I'm on a planet. Thank you. I love the earth. But Earth Day is a time for us to care for the earth and nurture the earth. And so they're having a cleanup on April 22nd. This is the Green Samaritan group. You can also follow them on Instagram. And then also make sure you pull up and don't pull out every Wednesday to the Art House Lounge for Spit Your Truth Poetry Slam. Last week we had a $400 winner. Oh, not last week, yesterday. Shout out to Monarch the Poet. He came through. It was tough. We had a guy from Ohio who came all the way. It was really a close race. It was $400 because the artist who won the week before rolled his money over to the next artist. So cool, right? I was like, I would have kept my $200.
Right, that's cool though. Hey,
but shout out to that.
He gonna get that back. It's
yeah,
gonna come back.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's beautiful. So it was a really great event. So I want to encourage you guys to pull up every Wednesday for that. All right. Now, I have with me Brian LAMONT.
Yes.
Diamond VIP extraordinaire. That's just what I call him. He probably has a lot of titles. I'm going to let him talk a little bit about, he has a lot. So I don't know how we're going to fit it all in, but I'm going to talk about whatever he wants to talk about. You guys, I really want you to listen because I met this gentleman at the Africa Love Store, and every time he comes in, he always has some nuggets. He always has some information and some insight, and he's a businessman. He's a former entertainer, promoter. He's amazing, as his inspirational message said. So, Brian?
What's up, everyone? How are you? Okay, so I'll explain Diamond VIP to you through the logo. That'll be the easiest way to explain it. So Diamond VIP, I've got two lions that are looking at one another, and they're over top of a diamond. So lions are considered, with the mane, kings of the jungle, right? They're not the largest beast in the jungle. They're just a beast in the jungle. They'll scare an elephant. And so the idea, and I always like to ask my African brothers and sisters, because obviously they're around them more than we are. I said, do two kings agree? If you see two kings staring each other down, what does that normally mean? That normally means one of the kings is going to be eaten, and then he's going to go in and take that other king's territory.
Oh, snap.
He's going to kill all of the cubs.
Oh, snap.
And then he's going to take that queen and any other matron.
Sound like chess or something.
That's what's going to happen, right? But the idea of getting two kings to agree, if you think of the prayer of Jabez, oh, that thou may bless me indeed, right? That thing, right? Enlarge my coast or my territory.
Yes.
There is territory that is yours, and then there's territory that is mine. And my belief is when we make it to that heavenly plane or whatever you want to call it, when we make it to that place, we're either going to be rewarded for what we found here on earth, or we're going to see that we should have gotten more reward up there. And I just tell people that I'm walking out all my truth down here so I can get 100% of what's mine and not take anything that is yours.
That's right.
So that's why we got the two kings looking at each other, but they're over top of a diamond. A lot of times people think it's a jewelry store. I'm like, no, it's not a jewelry store.
I can see that.
Yeah. I get jewelry store calls all the time because we got an office over in Tivoli Village. But what it really is when COVID-19 happened, being a promoter and being an entertainer, my wife has a movie on Hulu right now called Remember Me, the Mahalia Jackson story. She self-produced. Being an entertainer, I thought to myself, how do I help the people in a way that's energetic, in a way that's in the now? And so I came up with the title, actually my motto, which originally when the lady asked me what did I want my motto to be, I said, your integrity will buy your way in, but your lack thereof will buy you the door. She said, I don't know if we can use that one. That's not, I said,
too hardcore.
That's a little too hardcore. I said, I didn't get it from the mob or nothing. But
right.
I said, what if you could invest in people like some people invest in the New York Stock Exchange? And so to give you a full definition of what that means is I'm all about the holistic well-being of a human being. So technically, I don't need more money. So you are my investment if you are so allowed to join Diamond VIP. But the only thing that can buy your ticket really is integrity. And so for some people, that may be a little bit of work because you got to remember, I'm a promoter. So if a promoter, I came from the Cincinnati area and was trained by the guy who does the Cincinnati Jazz Festival. My wife was too. Yeah, 30 years ago, right? So the thing about promotions is, and I know you probably know this, if I get off course, I'm no longer a promoter. Meaning if you can't trust my word, then I'm no longer a promoter. And so obviously when I came into normal business life and I started seeing how some people conduct business, I'm like, nah, that wouldn't work in the promotional game because I'm going to have to get off the road.
Right.
Exactly. So I started implementing that, and then I wanted to take that to as many small businesses as I humanly could. And I told them that it was going to be free the first year. The second year, free. We're now into the third year. I've got motivational speakers. I got connections to Les Brown. I love Les
Brown. You know he's my homie, right?
I didn't know that.
Oh, man, I met him one time.
There you go. Talk to me.
Oh, I love Les Brown. I wanted to be a speaker. Like, that was the first thing I wanted to be, like a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
And my sister friend had told me, this was after my mama died. I was feeling like I couldn't get out of my funk from that happening. She was like, you should listen to Les Brown. And I started listening to Les Brown. I was like, oh, I really like this guy. Like, he really helped me see some things in a different way. And I had traveled to a conference in Chicago. I was so emotional. Like, when I saw him, like, he wasn't even like, he was not even feeling well that day. He came in a wheelchair. And I was like, that spoke volumes to his character and to his loyalty to what he had said he was going to do. But he came and he did his little presentation, and then I got up to take a picture with him, and I was crying. He called me Weepy Eyes. He was like, get over here, Weepy Eyes. I'll never forget. It was the best day. But I love Les Brown. So anyways, go ahead. So keep going.
So from Les Brown to my good friend, Dr. Stan Harris, Dr. Breakthrough. As a matter of fact, he'll be here 420.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's coming 420. Actually, he's sending some books to my house that he's going to be selling at the conference. So that's a Wakana.
He's having a conference here?
There's a conference here called Wakana. It's not Les.
Okay.
That's going to be Dr. Breakthrough.
I saw him when I came to your office that one time. He was on the screen having a meeting, Dr. Breakthrough.
Dr. Breakthrough. Oh, no. He can break some stuff, too.
Okay.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to come in town.
420, Dr. Breakthrough.
He's going to break some stuff, which I just realized was your day, too. And we're going to go till the 23rd. We're doing something called Wakana, and it is a group out of Chicago.
Okay.
And what it's all about is holistic healing. It's about, they do, your blood work. Now, keep in mind, guys, when I say Diamond VIP, I had to come up with a business model that I wanted to see really work for the people. So the greatest wealth that you have is health. So don't get it twisted. We going for 7 figures. And my dream is to bring 30 people across that 7-figure finish line.
7 figures.
I have multiple ways of doing it. But rather than me introducing you to the other ways, we also have an office in Ghana. I can tell you about Forex. We can talk about crypto. Pretty much we're set up to do anything you want us to do.
Oh, snap.
However, it's best for me to tell you about health and wellness first, because that's one of the reasons why Les Brown connected with us.
Ashe.
A year ago, because I gave him some product and it worked really well for him, really well for Dr. Breakthrough, who was coming off COVID, and he was a COVID long hauler and needed to get more wind and needed to lower his blood pressure. So the things that I bring to you, you have to understand, the motto with Diamond VIP, everything I bring to you, I personally vet with my dollar. I can risk $1. Everyone can. And so by the time I bring it to you, if you don't have trust already built into it, I'm not going to sit and wait on you. But we've made hundreds of thousands of dollars in the things that we've already done.
Nice. So
we really don't need your okay on it. We're just trying to bless you any way we possibly can. So that's one of the things that we brought to light. It's just seeing how that generosity has brought some kings and queens to the table.
I love it.
We even have a social media guy who's done some wonderful things in social media. We've got tokens. We've got Web3. We're vast.
Okay.
But it starts with your health. Because if you have $1 million in the bank, but then you don't have health, it just happened to one of our guys, unfortunately. He wasn't with my group. He was with another group, and they were building crypto, and the man had made almost $1 million in crypto, but now he's gone.
Oh, man.
So you got to realize the most important thing is, you said it, you.
You. Heck yeah.
That woman, that man in the mirror, that woman in the mirror, that's the most important thing. And trust me, your family would much rather have you than those dollars.
Because that's true. Because you can have all the money, but it's really us. Like, we make it what it is.
We are the value.
We need each other. We are the value.
Yeah.
Oh, chills.
So that's part of what I teach people. I teach you your value. I get you to establish your value. Now we're getting into teaching folks how to become the brand, because you really are the brand. It's not going to Louis Vuitton. And if you're going to go to Louis Vuitton, at least invest in some Louis Vuitton stocks so you're making money on the Louis Vuitton that you're purchasing.
Right.
You see
that part, you guys. That part, you guys.
It's just a mindset. That's why when the guy told me about his Tesla and that he was able to pay cash for a Tesla Model S and still have Tesla stock, somebody needs to listen, right?
Yeah, I feel like I need to up my Tesla stock.
You know what I mean?
I don't have a lot of stocks, but I have a little bit. But it's definitely make me feel
let's
like
talk.
Invest some more.
The reason was this gentleman was also in solar. So the
solar,
reason,
like panels and stuff?
But the reason, no, he barely did solar now. He's just mostly doing just Uber.
Oh.
But the reason that I loved his reasoning for Tesla and buying more of it and holding for the next 10 years is Tesla has infrastructure. Whether you realize
infrastructure.
Come on now. Foundational principles, infrastructure. And what I like to tell our people all the time is, my folks, you can see the color of my skin. Mom was born in 1931. We missed the gold rush. We missed the Industrial Revolution. But we can catch a hold to all these other revolutions that are out there in solar energy, power, the things that are in the cryptocurrency space. We can get on top of all that stuff right now. The government has already gone to that now, guys. April was the month. We've already gone to our digital currency. So by July, it will start being implemented, and you're going to see more and more of it. So my thought process was, how do we get on top of this stuff? Because that's what's going to create the next group of millionaires. And my prayer is somebody's baby becomes a billionaire when we all say,
heck yeah.
That's my prayer.
I have a sister friend I follow on the internet, and she's like normalizing, like, let's normalize making millions. So it's not just like this obtainable, like this big thing we have to like obtain, and like it's gonna be normal for us to have in abundance, like we do.
I want this to be the Diamond VIP pull-up. I'm a car guy, so I got connections all over the country, even the world when it comes to cars. I want us to be able to pull up with Benzes this time.
Okay.
With Denali's this time. I'm talking about everybody.
With the what?
Denali's, Yukon Denali's.
What is that?
The big boys.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah,
Yukon Denali?
Yeah, the Denali, like it's like the Cadillac Escalade.
Oh, okay,
It's the GMC version of the same thing. But I'm saying that should be your rugged car. That's the car we just going out to see what village we gonna buy. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're trying to see what territory we're gonna take over.
Heck yeah.
I want people to think in terms of territory, just like when I told Wakana, the group, which you need to look it up.
I was about to say, spell that, and we need to find out about Wakanda. That event.
It's like WAKANNA. Oh,
yes. NNA. Okay.
Yes, and I will get you some information on the event. But here's the thing, guys. I met these people organically, and I'm doing Second City all the time. So I'm riding in and out of Chicago from Cincinnati area.
Chi-town.
Yeah, I'm riding 4 hours, 4.5 hours, 5 hours some weekends, and I'm getting there early because I want to go in and do Second City, right? I'm going to have some fun with the rest of the people, right? And I'm taking my time. I'm seeing LaRoyce Hawkins, the guy from Chicago PD. Good dude. He does some spoken word, too, by the way.
Nice.
He's real good. And so I'm rolling in and out of the city, and I'm looking at the skyscraper, the Willis Tower, and something said, what stops you? I'm talking about the old Sears Tower. What stops you from owning a building like that? That challenged me. It said to me, I said, what do you mean? This was 2016, I'll never forget. What stops me from, let me look at a smaller building or something. Because I could see finding 4 or 5 other investors, and we can maybe, one of them's a banker, and we can get one of those over there. And something said, no, what building was I speaking to you about? And so I turned back, and I look at the Sears again, and I'm like, do you know what that is? That's like top 5 in the world. I mean,
right? How can I get a building like that?
You got them 2 in Dubai, you got the one in Abu Dhabi, right? I'm going through the whole list, and I'm like, hopefully this ain't the most high, that energy, because this must be the other one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Somebody tempted me up in here. So I'm looking at the building, and I started thinking of it as being an ectoskeleton. And I started really seriously thinking about it. I said, well, you know what? My family would be up on the top 2 floors, maybe my kids on the floor right below mine. Because obviously I'm going to own that building, so I'm going to have multi-billions in the bank. Right. So that means we're going to teleport. Just right. We're going to be on top of the
I love that shit. Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going to be on top of the building. And we're going to have all them private keys and go up the private elevators with security and all that. You got to pay security. I started really going through the whole thing, maintenance and all this. And then I tried to snap out of it like, why are you thinking like this? And then something said, why have you never thought like this?
Right. Why have you never thought like this? That's the question.
I go, slavery, right? That's the first thing that came to mind. And something was like, but what's your excuse now?
Right.
And that's when it hit me. Another brother and sister's hand. You've seen the poetry of the, it's not just poetry, but it's actually painting. And it's got one hand that's pulling down and grabbing the other brother up. It's called He Ain't That Heavy, He's My Brother. Nothing stops us. If I had $1 and my brother.
He said, he ain't that heavy, he's my brother.
He ain't that heavy.
That's deep.
He's my brother. I had a vision of that because I heard this on
that's deep.
April 5th of 2020. And I heard, stop attending the Pharaoh's business, get up and build for your people. And what that means is I could have bought a Bentley or I could have gone and bought a Rolls Royce. But see, I'm one of those people that said, if I'm going to have a B car, Bugatti, Bentley, I ain't talking about Buick, then I might as well be a billionaire too.
Right.
To go along with it.
Wow.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking this and I'm like, Pharaoh's business, what are you talking about? Folks, turn off the news.
Yes, turn it off.
That's Pharaoh's business. Stop thinking about where you came from. That's Pharaoh's business. It's not about where you came from. It's where you're going.
It's where you going.
That's your business. Where you
Yes.
going, that's your business.
Right.
Pharaoh is no longer your king. Pharaoh don't run what's going on in your life. And I'm going to help most of you understand what I'm talking about.
Yes.
2001, I'm studying all the world's billionaires. And there was only like 2 that was really killing it now. And they ain't even the top 2 no more.
Oh, wow.
Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at all the world's billionaires. I'm in the car business and I'm like getting really scared. I'm noticing the only people that come in to buy cars are the ones that are paying cash, and they not us. They're other races that are coming in, and they're consistently buying 5, 6 cars a day. And I'm like, wow, why can't we do that? So I started asking people questions. How are y'all able to do this? And they started explaining to me something that sounded a lot like a susu. Hey, what we do is we go and choose 20 people, and when she gets up to $100,000, we'll put so much money in every single week. But then she gets her business and she starts her business. Then she has to come back until all 20 is fulfilled. Everybody's putting that same amount of money. So when you see those businesses and you see that community built up, those people are now like brothers and sisters, even though they're not family.
They're poured into each other.
They poured into each other. And that is the core belief of Diamond VIP. That's it.
That's amazing. That's the core belief, you guys, pouring into each other. And I had a meeting earlier today with the Art of a Pisces, and she has a lot of similar ideas as far as taking what each of us has and creating something that we all can benefit from.
Oh, I gotta say this.
Say it.
So in Chicago, the question was, what do you call a dream that outperforms you? As I'm looking at that building, 'cause I thought I was
you
dreaming.
told me that before.
And I go, I don't know.
Answer.
It's a corporation because you need other dreamers, builders, and experts to help you finish. I go into Second City. My instructor asks us that normal question when we stretching and doing our thing to loosen us all up. Hey, what's on your mind today? And I tell him. I leave and I go back. I go to New York. I'm not even there the next weekend. And I come back the second week. And instead of asking me, my instructor says, man, that's deep what you said 2 weeks ago. And I'm just like everybody else. What'd I say?
What I say?
What was it? You know? And he's like, but no, like a corporation, because I got deep with him. I said, like Target. We ride up to Target, we see a building, but we don't realize there was a person that prayed for that meditated for that.
Man, that's real.
Okay? When you see all those buildings downtown in Chicago, as beautiful as they are, somewhere there was a founder that had a thought that everybody told him was crazy. I'll give you a test real quick. You can look up Mercedes-Benz. I love Mercedes-Benz, and I'll tell you why. 1867, I believe it was. Bertha Benz needed to drive across town because her mama was sick and the horses wouldn't make it. And it was her family's dowry. Carl Benz had all of the ingenuity, but he didn't have the courage because they said it was witchcraft. And because of necessity, that's what they said, horseless carriage, it's witchcraft. Come on, think about what you hear on the news now. Horseless carriage, witchcraft. You can find the commercial out there. You can just Google it. But as this happens, Mama said, that was my family's dowry. My mama's sick, so many miles across town and it's cold outside. Let me go get that thing out of the barn. Let me go get your dream out of the barn that you gave up on. And she drives across town.
Oh, man. I wish we had more time because we only got 1 minute left. I'm going to have to bring Brian on again.
Eyes.
I know. I'm like, we got to cut it off. But I want you to just tell the people where to follow you, where to find you, where to get more information about Diamond VIP and all the greatness you just talked about.
Go to www.diamondvippromotions.com. www.diamondvippromotions.com. What'll come up is health. You can make an appointment with me. My number's up there. I would be more than happy to meet with you. We can do a Zoom wherever you are. Let's get it done.
Let's get it done, you guys. Definitely thank you again so much for being a guest on the MVP Speaks radio show. I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy that we are connected. We're here every Thursday at 5 o'clock. I did type in the Diamond VIP promotions in the comments. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you so much.
And let me know you heard about it on this show, and I'll give you special treatment. Special treatment because you rocking with that real MVP. Boom. All right, we love you guys. Peace and love. Take care, guys. Blessings. Peace and love. Peace and love. And